Remember guys, keep smiling, it's not all bad. That's what my shirt says right there, and you know what they say. Rage's shirts always speak words of wisdom. Yes, of wisdom. That's what they speak. So, yeah, just remember, never give up, keep on fighting, you know? Keep going through life, because there's times where it's going to be bad and times where it's going to be good. But at the end of the day, that's what you got to keep doing. Keep going forward. You know, the good times will come. Very inspirational to start this video on this sort of topic. But yes, so what is the topic of today in this Rage Reacts video? Well, it is a video that we're going to be watching by TomDark called Onision is Broke and Desperate. Onision, wow, a name which I haven't heard for quite a long time. Yeah, it's been a while. I didn't think he would pop up again, but here we are. Now, I have to admit something, right? And this is going to come as a shock, maybe, to some of you. And that is that when I was younger, probably about maybe 16, I was an average viewer of Onision. And, well, mainly Onision Speaks. I think it was, because I think he had like 3 channels. It was either 3 or 4. And I would watch the videos where he would sort of, it was a weird thing. He would rate his fans. He would talk about different topics. And he would go through them quite quickly and just say controversial stuff. But yeah, I remember I used to watch his videos. And of course we all know the fucking Banana song. Yes, that song which didn't get out of people's heads at that time. And it became popular. Because I remember when I used to watch his videos while I was at college, whether it was on the bus or whatever. And I'd watch it on my BlackBerry phone. Oh, BlackBerry. Something, you know, it's a phone that definitely won't do well with my fingers because how big they are, you know, bigger than they used to be. But yeah, you know, they had that sort of like really cramped in, you know, keyboard, small screen. The quality wasn't the best. Still kept me entertained at that time though, but yeah. And we all know Onision is a controversial man who has done things in the past which he has been judged for, rightfully so. Because they have not been the best stuff, I can tell you that. I mean, if you don't know who Onision is, well done, well done. I mean, that's just great for you. But if you're watching this video, well, you're about to find out about Onision. So, it's not actually good for you, so I apologize. But yeah, of course, I stopped watching him as I got older because, well, he keeps on doing the same stuff, you know, the sort of mid-2000s comedy and skits. And, yeah, I mean, I hope he's still not doing it today. I definitely didn't see something earlier about, you know, that he was still doing them. In 2024. Oh boy! So let's just all sit back, relax, and enjoy the madness, and let's just see what Onion Boy has been doing in 2024. Let's go.
I know Halloween is over, but I'm gonna have to start this video with a bit of a spooky scare, so get ready, alright? If you're a guy in your 20s,
but it's not Halloween anymore.
Getting up to those 30s, you're probably already considering which nursing home to pick out like I am. But more importantly, once you reach that level of age, a sort of primal fear starts to set in. Or should I say, a primal entity. You may not think about him yet, it may just be a subconscious thing you haven't considered, but he's there, knocking at your door, lurking in the shadows, lurking in your DNA. And his name is the Norwood Reaper. Then be like,
no.
I have my whole life ahead of me. No, you don't. The Norwood Reaper is coming. And this Reaper doesn't take any prisoners either. You know, once he's gotten into your house, he is taking all of that hair and bringing it to the Norwood Cemetery. It's a genuinely terrifying concern, especially for a quirked up white boy like me, okay? I wake up in fear every day just checking to make sure, like, guys, I think it might be over, okay? I'm in that Norwood stage 1. Like, come on.
No, don't continue with this. No. It hurts already. Because, well, it hurts even more that the fact that next year I'll be 28. So I'm getting closer to 30, and yep, I don't want to be reminded of that. So, and I like my hair. So, yeah. Hopefully that's not the case.
Come on, look at this shit. Look at the convex lines forming. I'm at level 1 Norwood status. It's gonna be level 2 soon. It's over. It's literally over for me. I apologize for that Norwood schism. You guys know how it is when it comes to Mr. Norwood and the Reaper itself. And actually, this works out great because I personally got a call from the Reaper. He said he's putting me on the back burner for a little bit, but it is gonna be coming. But regardless of that, he did mention to me about a recent victim he's been working on, and his name is Onision.
Hey guys.
Oh,
I'm going
boy.
bald. Yep. I, Onision, am going bald. Alright. Happy Halloween.
Yes, yes, yes.
By the way, him being bald with this leather jacket, that's not a good match, dude. It's not a good match. I'm just saying. Oh, I just can't help laughing at that. I mean, I'm not laughing at the fact, you know, I'm not laughing at bald people in general, so don't worry. I mean, if you're bald, you know, there are people who can't help it and everything. Like, but what I'm laughing at is the fact that Onision bald is just, it can't go through my head properly. I don't know why. And it's making me giggle.
Alright. Happy Halloween.
Yes, yes, yes. Probably one of the most hated people on the internet. Onision is once again back in action. Now, previously, Onision has basically just been nonstop copyright claiming any footage of him because he's gone bankrupt. But now I guess he's trying to make an epic return. For real this time, guys, okay? He's coming here, okay? Onision is coming. And he's coming back on TikTok, the greatest platform of all time. You know...
Of course. By the way, he's still doing that whole copyright claiming thing? Are you kidding me? He's still doing that? Well, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I mean, it seems like his habits and everything just don't, and his mindset don't change, so, yeah.
TikTok, I know TikTok, we all love it, and we all love China. Onision,
you've been cancelled!
Greg, G-R-E-G, has tried to come back several times at this point, and I really don't understand why he keeps on trying. Bro, just leave. Just leave. You'd be better off just leaving. Just go get a job or something. Do anything else. Is this really worth it? Is this really worth the embarrassment for the, like, 1 cent you made on TikTok from this content? So after Onision got...
He's doing that on TikTok. Oh my god. See what I mean? Yep. My eyes do not deceive me. Like from earlier, it is the truth. That's what he's doing on TikTok. Do you know who he reminds me of, right? He reminds me of people I've come across which, like, they're sort of old school and they just can't get out of that sort of era. Like, they don't want to adapt to the modern world. So they just keep doing what they're doing until their old age. That's what I feel that Onision is doing. Like, he can't get out of that sort of mid-2000s era. Because, well, for one, he knew it was like that's where his peak was. You know, that's where he was getting all the views and the money and the attention. And now he's just getting crumbs of what he used to have. Which I get, it can be disappointing. But if you don't learn to adapt and change your content, then you're going to just be lost in the dust. Everyone's just going to, like, you know, just zoom right past you. That's what's just going to happen. You have to change. Because simply put, people like this always go in a toxic loop rather than just going straight ahead. That's how I can simply put it, you know?
So after Onision got sued for grooming underage girls, along with a myriad of other controversies that I'm not going to recap all right now, you know, because there's a lot. If you don't know who this dude is, that's honestly a good thing. Just escape while you still can, but still watch my video. But after all that, as I said, he started going on a real spree, copyright claiming people, claiming literally anything and everything to pay his bills. Then he tried coming back with a response series that was completely bullshit and essentially him just crying about getting hate. He was trying to make this, like, thoughtful dissection of the allegations, but in reality, it was just like multiple hour-long schizophrenic videos with no backing, no reasoning, no actual evidence in his favor. And if you look at his channel today, it is an absolute graveyard in terms of views. So I guess Onision thought that TikTok was his next best.
Let's have a look at his views right now. Let's just have a quick look. 7.8k, 5.1k, 5.1k. I think I can see that. 3.2k. Yeah, it's not going well for the Onion Man. And he's not far off that 2 million subscriber count. But still, subscriber count doesn't matter if, like, the views are not coming in. The most recent things I remember of Onision, right? and it was quite bizarre. Like, it came out the blue. Do you guys remember when he had those breakdown videos where he would like sort of scream and just have a sort of like mental breakdown on his videos to try and get people coming onto his videos? And there was that whole situation with Chris Hansen as well. Like, oh boy. Wild times, man, wild times. But that's the last thing I saw of Onision. And now this is, well, he's popped up again now on a video.
Of views. So I guess Onision thought that TikTok was his next best bet to make kind of a grand return. But as a creator, Onision is so old at this point that honestly, the logic he's using isn't exactly that flawed. I actually guarantee that a good portion of the Goo Goo Gaga community on TikTok has literally zero idea who Onision is. So him trying to blow up again there with a fresh set of eyes seems like the most decent idea he could have if he wants to make a comeback, on paper at least. The problem is that Greg has not changed at all as a creator in the past 12 plus years he's been online. The thing that made him popular in the first place, the like epic emo adjacent RAR XD I'm a banana, you guys remember that video? I don't know if you know this, but I'm a banana has almost 100 million views. Like, even the fucking troll face video doesn't have that many views.
Damn, man, I feel old watching this video. But yeah, like, I've seen that before though. Like, content creators who have damaged their career, they tend to like move from YouTube over to TikTok to try and, you know, garner a new audience. Like, do you remember when EDP did it? I don't know if he's still on there today, but yeah, I remember he was the last one to do it. So, boy. But the thing is, right, the things I know about TikTok, the comment section is not that great on there either. Like, it can be pretty brutal. Yeah. The comments are not all that positive and everything on certain videos, so
This is a complete
tangent. That's why I know.
But while I was recording, watching this banana video, it kind of triggered me a little bit. It had a bit of a flashback to the Vietnam War, so I feel like I have to talk about this a little bit. This could even be a fun little fact that you guys don't know about Onision that could give you a little bit of a chuckle. For some reason, Onision tried getting into a fight with the Amazing Atheist about God knows what, and to paraphrase, the Amazing Atheist responded essentially by saying, "You should stop now because you're a banana, and we all know what I do to bananas." And this is sort of a those who know type thing. It's like, you know, I know, you may not know, but those who know are scarred by this. For those of you that aren't laughing, if you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, or you're not horrified, if you have a neutral response to this,
brace yourself.
Say that the Amazing Atheist had a very profound way to use bananas in a very creative way on some not safe for work websites. He has a very unique use.
Oh god, why did I pause it on this? So, he's not doing that much with the banana, he's just observing it, that's all he's doing. Nothing's happening behind that that barred part of the screen, that censored part. You know, he's just saying, oh, that's a pretty good looking banana. I mean, you can do a lot with that. I mean, it gives you all sorts of potassium, it's delicious, it's big, it's good enough to go in all holes. It shows.
A beautiful bunch, alright, banana.
I mean, let's face it here. I am and always have been a fucking weirdo.
Really?
90% of you, if you really thought about it, would have been able to figure out that I was doing some weird shit like this in my spare time in the first place.
Market bananas. Ribbed for your pleasure.
He just goes right up my butthole.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, the kind of like music comedy type video that Onision did 15 fucking years ago apparently just metastasized in his brain like a tumor. And since then, he just hasn't been able to change his type of content, even when switching to a platform like TikTok. He is perpetually stuck in 2009 for some reason.
Hey, Onision!
Hi.
Nobody likes you.
Okay.
Hey, Onision! No one likes you. No one likes you.
This is like in The Sopranos when Paulie walks into a Starbucks to try and get them to like pay protection, and they're like, yeah, we got to tell corporate about that. It's not that simple. And he's like, what the fuck? It's not 1922 anymore? You had a run like a decade ago in Onision, but now it's over, okay? Times change. And unfortunately for Greg, it seems like a majority of people on TikTok still know who he is. And even for those who don't know who he is, he still comes across as an extremely unlikable autistic spurg, which is actually incredible. Imagine having like a semi-decent strategy of making a bit of a comeback to a different platform as a fresh slate where no one knows anything about you, and you still find a way to make such terrible content that even people that don't know that you've had like allegation after allegation after allegation of grooming grooming underage girls, even those people find you fucking insufferable and just roast you all day.
Like, I've also noticed this as well. Whenever you watch some of his content, it's always like, oh, I hate myself. I don't like myself. None of you like me. Yada, yada, yada. We get it, Greg. You hate yourself. The thing is as well, it wasn't funny the first time, and it won't be funny the 100th time, Greg. I don't know why I'm calling him Greg like I personally know him, because I do not. You know, maybe I should just call him Mr. Onion Man. I think that's a better one. And just like what TomDark said, it is quite mad that he went onto a different platform hoping to get a new audience. And there's probably a lot of them that don't know about his, you know, past allegations, yet they still don't like him. Because obviously the content is outdated, and it's probably because he's just flat out annoying, you know? Like, as soon as you watch his videos, right, they probably like, oh, it just reeks of the mid-2000s. It just reeks of it, you know? That's probably what it's like. And what's really sad as well, it looks like you're going to get it from people of all ages, you know? People who don't want to go back to that era, or people who weren't probably born in that era as well, you know what I mean?
TikTok account, so it's sort of hard to know which one is his, because there are several. But even out of the content that's stripped right out of 2011, the rest is just absolutely baffling. He has an entire TikTok account that seems to be dedicated to what looks like purely AI-generated shit. With his voiceover, I think this is his real voiceover, but most of it is completely incomprehensible. You can't even understand what's going on. I don't know who this is made for.
Wait! Are you a fucking Democrat?
Now, a big staple of Onision, or I guess his mannerisms, is his insane reaction to any kind of negativity at all. So much so that it looks like he made an entire TikTok rant about the haters. The first TikTok he made on this reads, "I'm almost 40, guys. I have no value, guys. I should give up, guys. Hashtag meme, hashtag funny, hashtag LMAO, hashtag Onision, hashtag joke, hashtag fail." Wow, that's an epic list of relatable hashtags. The Zoomers are coming into the Onision audience in droves. They can't help themselves. They're like, oh my god, hashtag Lamau? Laughing my I do that. Then you have the video itself, apart from the title, once again looking like it could be made in 2011. And the video is about how he's like 40 and people are mocking him for being so old, but he's like kind of ironically being like, just because I'm old doesn't mean I lost value, guys.
Guys, you can keep telling me I'm almost 40. Gosh, what am I gonna do?
Bro, the reason people are insulting you for being 40 is not just because you're 40. It's because you are Onision, you're you. You have kids, and you're recording TikToks dressed up like a girl to own the haters. There's zero money to be gained. Quite literally, everyone hates you. You're literally just uploading for the love of the game, despite the fact that the game hates you. You're not a part of it anymore. You lost. It's insane. Most 40-year-olds like have their life in order. You know, they're kind of chilling. They're accepting the fact that their wife's eggs are dying, but it doesn't really matter because they already had a few kids. They pumped them out, and if they're not a family man, you know, maybe they're just chilling out on their tractor, sipping a Bud Light, smoking a Camel Crush, having a good time. They're not on TikTok dressing like a girl to own the haters from 7 years ago on YouTube, to like destroy Mr. Repsion. Women hitting 40? Egg status? Rotten. The wall is here, women. Embrace it. You don't understand. I'm only 99. 99 is young. Oh, my spleen. It's very fascinating seeing someone like Onision, who is almost 40, being in full denial. That's what's cool about the World Wide Web. 1 second.
The thing is as well, right, when I said about like a midlife crisis, I mean, he could be having that, but if that's the case, he's had it for a while though. Because he's had this sort of like attitude and mindset for years, you know. And it doesn't surprise me because, you know, even when I was watching him back then, he was still like someone who would go out of his way to try and own the haters. He's always been that way on the internet, it seems. And to be honest, that's not going to help him in any way. They're just going to keep, you know, taking the piss out of him. He's going to keep going back at them, and it's just going to be this toxic back and forth that's going to lead nowhere. So, yeah.
You could be watching The Rizzler, and the next you get to watch this deplorable groomer guy continually spiral into madness. It warms my cold, dead heart, honestly, a little bit. Oh, it's warming my heart. My heart feels so full and warm for Onision.
So
you could probably
fuzzy.
guess the comments on Onision's old head video, so of course, he ended up making another video responding to the comments, calling everyone awful and saying that he was misrepresented, and that his video was misrepresented and he was slandered. He was not slandered, and it wasn't misrepresented at all. He's just an idiot. Greg also said this was the the end of his enabling comments experiment as if it's like some grand social experiment like FouseyTube shit to be like, guys, I turned on the comments for once to see how it would go, and you all prove that you're incapable of handling it, so now I can turn them all off. As if comments being enabled isn't the default on every platform, on every video platform in the world. And judging by how all of his YouTube videos have the comments disabled, I'd guess that he thought TikTok would be a fresh start, which would yield some positivity, or people would be like, hey man, you know, you're clearly a victim of cancel culture. I actually see your side right now. You're not even that bad of a guy. But clearly that backfired. He wasn't able to yield that that nice, wholesome, raw XD 2011 positivity that he wanted to.
The thing is, right, if he did go to TikTok and he actually did change up his content to like fit the modern era, then maybe then he could have just, you know, snuck his way in there and just got those views. But the thing is, he went onto a new platform with the same ideas, the same comedy, the same skits, the same mentality, and it's just not worked out. People are cringed out by him, and there's probably people on there that know who he is, and it's just, of course, not going to go well for him. Because it was inevitable that eventually people were going to know who he was, or maybe like people gone into his channel and they remember who he is. And of course, they're going to leave not the nicest of comments. So it was going to happen anyway, to be honest. But yet, it just shows that all the hate has got to Onision. That's why he's turned off his comments on YouTube. So, at the end of the day, the haters have won. That's what I see it as, really. They've won.
Handling it, so now I can turn them all off. As if comments being enabled isn't the default on every platform, on every video platform in the world. And judging by how all of his YouTube videos have the comments disabled, I'd guess that he thought TikTok would be a fresh start, which would yield some positivity, or people would be like, hey man, you know, you're clearly a victim of cancel culture. I actually see your side right now. You're not even that bad of a guy. But clearly that backfired. He wasn't able to yield that that nice, wholesome, raw XD 2011 positivity that he wanted to. Tragically, now only members of the Onision squad are able to comment on his TikToks, which I guess is like a membership where you have to give him money to comment or something. But unsurprisingly, after he made it so only members of the squad can comment, the videos just have 0 comments, which I think is fucking absolute gold. Not a single person wanted to give this guy money. Not even one person was dumb enough to be tricked into giving him money. Now, the last video, at least on this channel, is one I've already been showing you guys a little bit, but it is really funny. It's Greg cross-dressing. Surprisingly enough, there are actually comments on this video of people very confused. Like they're not even really being like, hey, I hate you. They're just like, you need help. They're like, are you okay, bro? Do you need some kind of like medication to help you through this tough time? Can we help you in any way? Maybe at all? Like, I don't know who you are, man, but you came across my For You page and feel like I have a moral responsibility to comment like, can I help you? And I think because of that, he re-enabled the comments because people were being slightly nicer. The way he responds to this shit kind of makes me wonder if he actually gets like a humiliation boner off of people hating about him. And frankly, this next example could be very very convincing proof of that kind of fetish going on for him. You have to understand, Greg's third channel, Onision Speaks, has 3 videos and they're not very interesting. In one of them, he's asking if Gen Z is evil, which is obviously ironic coming from him, especially because he didn't even get canceled by Gen Z people. He got canceled by other millennials who fucking thought he was stupid and creepy. But in the other 2 videos, he talks about live streaming, which is a crazy fact. I didn't even know he streamed, but he has been doing it. It's kind of hard to find full archives of a lot of these streams because he deletes them as soon as they're done, but you can see a few of them uploaded on YouTube, and they are awesome.
Do you know what's strange, right? When he said live streams, there is something which has popped back into my head, which I haven't thought of for a while. But I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's just my mind playing tricks on me. I swear I remember there was a live stream which I saw of Onision. I think anyway. I'm just... It might be my mind playing tricks on me. But he was playing GTA 5. I don't know if that was him. But for some reason my mind is like... It's very vague. I think it was. Hang on a minute. I need to look at this. So I've typed it in, and I can't find it. So I must be just imagining things. But there is one video which he did on his Onision Reacts, which I think is his channel, and he does it. He plays Grand Theft Auto, dressed as Batman, like cosplaying as Batman. So maybe that's where I remember it from. But that's all I can find, to be honest. Yeah. I just thought I had to look it up because I in my mind I was like, it's annoying me. You know, it's just one of those things.
Let's play some GTA. Batman loves killing bitches. I like to keep it gay. Gay Tony.
All this attention and hate, because the one that we do have is literally 3 hours of people roasting the shit out of him and just trying to troll him in any way possible and make him upset, because why wouldn't they? It's Onision. Even when someone is complimenting him, it's like he has this sort of Pavlovian response to immediately expect to switch up into them calling him gay or a pedophile or something, and it's really awesome.
Always looked up to you as a content creator, and you were part of my inspiration to become one.
Wait for it.
I'm waiting for this.
I love you as a person. If you ever offered to do any kind of mentorship or anything, I would absolutely accept that. I just want you to know that I'm here for you.
You understand why I don't really believe anything you just said?
I don't understand.
Whenever I talk or think about Onision, he's kind of always reminded me of another guy, Tobuscus. And I actually kind of like Tobuscus, so I'm not trying to say they're in the same category, but the two are frighteningly similar in one way, which is that it feels like they're both kind of stuck in 2012 with their content. Like, if you look at the way Onision makes content or even acts now, he's pretty much the exact same person with the exact same line delivery and jokes that he was like 10 years ago. And the same could kind of be said about Toby Turner, at least on YouTube. Toby's tried to make a comeback to YouTube several times at this point, and every time the comments are all like, bro, this is a time machine to 2012, even though it's been uploaded 10 years after 2012, you know? But at the very least, Tobuscus does have a very funny Twitter account right now, so I can appreciate him for that at the very least. And the obvious difference between these people is that in Toby's case, it's not really deserved. It's kind of just sad to see his downfall, versus for Onision, it's 1000% deserved, and he deserves even worse, frankly. He should be in jail. Like, Toby does have a viral tweet now and again, and he may have slightly gone down the rabbit hole with political stuff, but at least it's funny, and at the very least, there are people who want him to come back and like still like his content, because he was a generation-defining guy that made a lot of funny stuff. Versus with Onision, anytime he pops off, people are just like, fuck off, I hate you, and I've always hated you, and you deserve to fucking leave forever. Go take care of your kids, big bro. And anything Onision uploads now just gets bombarded with hate, so it basically feels like he's going through a desperate attempt to try and cling to any amount of fame he once had to raise some money, because he's going through a lawsuit right now, and I don't know if he's gonna win. Ultimately, it's hard to say what the courts will decide, but regardless, he's having to spend a lot of money on legal fees, which is pretty shitty for him. So he just wants to clamor for whatever pennies he can to try and fund that lawsuit for himself. But maybe these numbers are enough to satisfy him. Who knows? You know, why do crows pick up shiny objects? It's in their nature. Also, I just realized at the time of me recording this, it's actually Onision's birthday. Yay! Onision's
Happy birthday!
He's 49 years old now, and he's still a fucking loser. Wow.
I'm 38 years old. Turning 39 on November 11th.
I doubt this will get uploaded on his birthday, but, you know, that is kind of funny. Anyway, Onision, I hope you rot. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Yeah! So, there we go. That was TomDark's video on Onision. And I gotta say, what is the point in this? I mean, this is pretty pointless of him coming back, because he's not going to fix his reputation. I mean, his reputation's been dragged through the mud. So, yep, he's just taking what he can get at this point. Any cents or pennies. And I don't fucking know, dude. Like, he's just gonna constantly get this hate. Like, you could even see in that TikTok live, he expected that person to turn around and say, "Ha, got you. I don't actually think this. I actually hate you." Because obviously it seems like he's heard that for years now. People do that to him. So it's to be expected. But if that's the case, though, why wouldn't you just get off the internet? Is there any point to stay on? Like, just go on with your life and just, like TomDark said, look after your kids or whatever. And because it's just a waste of time, it seems. It's a waste of time. No one likes that type of content anymore. And people have moved on. People have grown up from watching your content. They're on to different things now, obviously, with their life, or just watching people that they relate to these days. And you're just stuck in the past. You need to move forward, like. If, like... because, like I said, I don't like Onision, but it's because I've known people who have, like, seem to be stuck in a certain era, and they're just too stubborn to get out of it, and they want to live through that until the day that they die, it seems. So And it is sad. It is sad to see with some people. But with Onision, it's like you said, it's deserved, you know. Like, he's brought all this on himself. Like, he could have done things differently. He could have. A lot of things he could have done differently, really. But yeah, I'm glad that Onision is not doing well on TikTok, because he doesn't deserve to do well on there or any other platform. So guys, remember, be careful, because Onision could be hiding under your beds, and you don't want that at all, do you? No! Make sure to check. Because he might be out there in his, you know, under your bed with his banana suit, waiting, and watching. What am I doing? I don't fucking know. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate all the support that you've all been giving me. Like, subscribe, and all that good shit. And the original video will be down below. And I shall see all of you in the next one. Have a great day. And I'm out. And I'm peace. Yeah. Ooh. Do you know you're pretty good? Yeah. Tickles even. You were really good at what you do. I wonder what else you can do. Hey. The camera's on? How long have you been there? Oh, fuck. It's not what it seems.
People bunch, alright, banana.